Good morning, MacLaren. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. The weather today looks like we will have some clouds early, but then mostly sunny skies along with windy conditions this afternoon. High of 81 degrees Fahrenheit, winds blowing south-southeasterly at 20 to 30 miles an hour with higher wind gusts possible. Sun rose this morning at 5:42 a.m. and will set at 8:09 p.m. You need to go read the Robert Louis Stevenson poem, Bed in Summer, about the heartache of going to bed when it's still daylight out. On this date, May 20th, in the year 1570, the cartographer Abraham Ortelius first issued the Theatrum Orbis Terrarum, the theater of the orb of the world, considered to be the first true modern atlas. Also on this date, May 20th, in the year 1609, William Shakespeare's sonnets, one of the high points of world literature, were first published in London, England. More to the point, today is the last day of this school year. You did it. Give yourselves a cheer. Folks, I am amazed by you. You did not ask for this pandemic. You did not ask to have to say goodbye to your school and your teachers and your classmates and your normal life, but you were given it nonetheless. And the truth is, it is not fair. It is not fair that pretty much every kid in the world had to stay home and for so long. You have had to adapt and adjust and become a lot more self-sufficient without the support that a normal school day provides. Your family has had to adapt and adjust and pitch in a lot with your schooling and your lessons. Your teachers have had to adapt and adjust and reframe how they do everything and still reach you and connect with you and help you and motivate you and teach you. Everyone has been stretched by this, and sometimes it has been painful. I'm going to guess that my house wasn't the only house where there were sometimes tears these past couple of months because kids were just tired and frustrated with quarantine life. Tired and frustrated with not being able to see their friends and their relatives. And yet, through all this, you have been so admirable and so strong. I have seen across the grade levels, kindergarten through fifth, everyone, students and teachers and parents, working so hard to still have a good year. I have seen really beautiful and impressive learning happening. I cannot imagine any group of people could have done better with all of the brilliant work that happened these past few months from afar. It wasn't easy to put all this together. It wasn't easy to keep growing, but you did it. Bravo. I am so impressed. Now comes the next hard part. The summer, which won't look like a normal summer, and then for us as a school, the fall. Here's the deal. We don't know exactly what the fall will look like. There are a zillion factors at play. Some of them are decisions that we can make ourselves as a school, but many are not. Many are dependent on the state of Colorado, on the governor's office, the Department of Education, the county health department. They may change depending on how we as a state and as a county continue to do with the virus. So that means that as a school, we don't have a choice. We have to plan for every scenario. And that's what we're doing right now, and we will continue to do through the summer. So our goal is to be safe and smart and careful while getting as much time together as a community. That's the goal. What I can assure you is that whatever this looks like, if we have 100% of you on campus, or if we have 50% on campus one day and 50% of you on campus the next day, if we have to turn on a dime and go back to distance learning for all of you for a period of time, and then come back into the building altogether, there are so many ways that this can shake out. But I can assure you that whatever it looks like, it's going to be good because of your teachers and because of you. Because of your good attitudes and your resilience and your pluck and your humor and your wit and your heart and grit and perseverance and strength and delight in each other and delight in learning. I think I can promise you that it will not be perfect, whatever it is. But it is going to be full of goodness. I want to share a memory that I have of the last day of school last year, which, as you know, was our first year as an elementary school. I was walking the halls and visiting different classrooms, and there were a lot of tears. More than I think is usual on the last day of school. Kids were sad to be saying goodbye, and I think part of that was just we had had a great year together, but also some of it is just particular to charter schools. As a charter school, we are citywide. You all come from Old Colorado City, from Glen Eagle, from Southeast Springs, from Rock Rimmon, Woodland Park, Manitou, Briargate, downtown, and right in the neighborhood of the school, which is great because it means that you all represent the entire city. But it's also hard sometimes because you don't all live in the same neighborhood. You don't have a guarantee of having all your friends from school living on the same block, which means that summer can be a long goodbye. So there were a lot of tears that day. It was really hitting people that their class was hitting pause for the summer and they wouldn't necessarily all get together and be able to be together as a class. So a certain fourth grader in Mr. Nagaoka's class, who shall remain nameless, was walking around looking baffled at all of the emotions. I remember she said in a funny way, "Why are we all crying?" She was not crying. She was clearly uncomfortable with all these emotions, all these big feelings. But then an hour later, I was waiting in the Commons to say goodbye to all of you for the summer, and that same fourth grader walked past, arm in arm with her friend, weeping openly. And it was a little bit funny, but mostly it was very dear. You form friendships in school. You form friendships with your classmates and your teachers and your deans, and if you're lucky, with some younger students or some older students that you always see on the playground or in the hallway. Those friendships matter. They are real. They're a beautiful part of growing up. And that is such a wonderful part of school, having a real community. I am an etymology nerd, as you know, and the etymology of community is really lovely. It comes from the Latin communitatem, which means community, society, fellowship, courtesy, affability, which in turn comes from communis, common, public, general, shared by all. What does that mean for us? Well, we are a community, and it means that we hold all of these values in common. We share them together. Goodness, truth, and beauty, kindness, friendliness, and peace. A culture of reading, a culture of mathematics, a culture of learning for its own sake, a culture of leisure and of play, a culture that recognizes the specialness and dignity of children. We're a place that says all children deserve the best that we as a society have to give you. That's what we believe as a community. And we will live that out as a community no matter what. I am so grateful to all of you for being our MacLaren community. Thank you. And that is all for now. Take heart, my friends. Keep tending to your victory garden. Keep a pleasant schedule. Keep a good routine, even in the summer. Get outside. Get fresh air. Get plenty of exercise. Be a helper to your family. Please do not bicker with your siblings. If it is your birthday today, May 20th, happy birthday. And to all of you who have a birthday in late May or June or July or early August, happy birthday to all of you. I hope you all have an entire summer of kindness, friendliness, and peace. We are still all in it together, and however we do it, I will see you in August. Thanks for a great year. Happy summer.